In this lesson, we're going to continue to build out our security check here on our form information. So the next one that we still have a couple fields here that we need to check. So the next one is message. We'll make sure that a value for message has been passed. And of course, if you don't want any of these to be mandatory required, you can just skip these as well. So now please enter a message. And you can really customize these as well if you want. So lastly, we need to pick up that security check value. And we need to make sure that it's actually equal to our session value, and just to make sure that this is the correct value. And so let's do a check on that and see if it's not equal to that security check value, then it's going to fail. So please, wrong. We'll just do wrong anti-spam value. So security check, and so now we need to add those two sessions together. So we need to add A plus B. So adding session A plus session B, and that's going to give us whatever value that we're expecting from the user. So always try it out just to make sure that things are working properly. So before you continue, it's always a good idea just to make sure that our values are right. So we got an error there within that message. That's just saying value, so I do need to take care of that. And of course, we don't need to specify value. We've got our message, and it should be on the same line as well. So let's take care of that issue. So refresh, and let's check this out now. So we're still getting some blank values in the message, so I do need to take care of that. So we see that we've got the wrong anti-spam value. So let's just make sure that when we add 34 plus 21, we get a value of 65. So wrong anti-spam value, or it should be 55. So let's go see what's actually happening here and what the value is that we're expecting here. So we can always output this within using echo, so you can see what value we're expecting. And then also maybe let's put in the value that the user has posted, and we'll do a visual check to see what's happening here and why it's not matching up. So let's refresh that. Continue form submission. So we are looking for a value of 55, but the problem here is that we're not taking it as an integer. By default, it's taking it as a string value. So we need a way to convert this to an actual integer value. So let's do that over here. So this is going to make sure that we're picking up the value as an integer because we have the absolute check value there, and we actually had a negative in there as well. So let's remove that out and make sure that everything looks much better. So we removed out that explanation mark because we want to make sure that that value is there. Is not equal to this one, and we could do another one here where we could do an or just to make sure that there is a value for there. But ultimately it's not really necessary because this statement is probably good enough, so we'll just leave it at that we just got the one statement. And now let's try it again. So we've got wrong anti-spam value, and now that message goes away. So we are getting the right anti-spam value. We see that we've got 55 as the session value, and then 55 is the value that we've entered in. So everything looks good now from that point, and we're ready to continue along here. And we can see that if error stays at blank, then we shouldn't see any of this, the messaging here. So let's create an email here, and we need to also take care of that as well. So 55. And this is an HTML5 check to make sure that it's formatted as an email address. So let's send that, and we see that our error message has gone away, and we've got sent. So it's processing the sending of the mail So now we're looking pretty good. We do need to add in some jQuery to hide these values, and we're going to add this check via jQuery as well. So as I said, there's going to be a couple checks on here just to make sure that everything is right. And so we're also going to build out sending out that mail using PHP. So I'm going to show you how to do that in the next lesson.